Okay, so hello, my name is Haley. I'm an occupational therapy student at the University of Sydney, and I would like to do a little interview with you today. I believe your name is Jeff, yes?
Yes, it is.
And it's okay if I just call you Jeff or
Yes, you can.
something else?
Nope,
No,
Jeff is
that's
perfectly
good.
okay.
Okay, so you're doing good today? It's been a good day for you?
Yes, it's been a good day today.
Minus the rain.
Minus the rain,
Yes.
but yeah, I was indoor most of the day, just going to school right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what if I asked you a couple questions about your roles and your occupations, your environment? You're okay with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, what would you say that your roles are as
My
of
roles
today?
now, I'm currently a student, but about 2 months ago, I just recently moved from Canada to Australia. So I was working full-time occupation, 8 to 5, Mondays to Fridays, for the past 5 years. So it is a change now. Definitely a change. Now, I'm waking up earlier every day, but there's a lot of similarities as well. With being a student, going to class like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as opposed to Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
A lot shorter times that allows me to have hobbies. So like running, going for jogs, like going to beach,
Yeah.
suntan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cooking, hanging out with friends. So definitely different roles now, I would say.
But some of those roles you had before you moved to Australia?
Yes, I mean, I would, do the same sort of physical activity as well, but a lot of the things that are different as, I can't play ice hockey now,
Right.
as opposed to back then where I could join a league and, just more, I guess, more monetary value to spend on, leisure activities.
Right.
So that's a bit of a change to get used to.
So would you say it was better before you moved, or it's better now, or in certain ways it's better, in other ways it's worse?
Certain ways it's definitely better and worse at the same time. Now, personally, I love to sleep. I mean, if that was a hobby, I would just sleep every day. So that aspect of, now I'm a student, so I could sleep in certain days where I don't have to go to school. I could study whenever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot more time now, but at the same time, I have to be more self-conscious about, where I spend money and all that stuff. So, so I guess the benefit of being a student is just having more leisure time to do what you want and sort of look after yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like when we're working, sometimes you don't have that time because you're so tired from working long hours and stuff like that.
Yeah. So would you say you're fully capable to do those responsibilities that you have, or in some areas there's problems with fulfilling your duties in everyday life?
Duties. I think I'm a pretty independent individual, so I think I fulfill them to the best of my ability. So if I have homework, I will study. I'm on top of that. I cook for myself, so I mean, I know a lot of people would, go out and buy food and stuff like that. So, so a lot of the aspect, like sort of like just my daily sort of activities, just first of all, just take care of yourself, exercise, eat well, study and do the necessities. Whereas when I was working, sometimes I'm just like, it's just easier to buy, fast food.
Yeah.
You're lazy to go to the gym because you're so tired. But, I think I would say I'm more capable now. Yeah.
Yeah. So did your environment really affect your life in that way? Like you didn't have as much time before, and that was really restricting you to do certain things you wanted to?
I mean, being a Canadian, the weather is sunny, for a long time, especially in the winter. So that definitely limits the capability and opportunity to do anything outdoors. Whereas now in Australia, where it's always sunny, and it's like I feel like, oh, the sun is up, so I should do something. I should do more, whatever activity or work or
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Okay. So what would you say your main, like, when we talk about occupations, we're talking about like self-care, work, rest, and then leisure, which is the best of all.
Yes.
Would you say that you have full capability in all of those areas, or some of them maybe like they've changed so much that you haven't really adapted to how you need to be? Or
I mean, I think I'm a capable individual. So if I need to buy things, or if I need to go grocery shopping, if I need to do dishes or clean, I'm capable of doing all of that stuff. So none of that sort of changed per se, because I don't have any disabilities that hinders me to that kind of capacity where I can't, help from others.
Right.
So I guess I'm lucky in that sense that I'm capable of doing anything sort of I can.
So with regards to your environment, would you say it was easier before being back in Canada to fulfill those responsibilities, or now, like maybe the grocery store was farther away when you were at home, now it's closer, or like transport, like getting around was harder or easier?
Yeah. So transportation is definitely a limiting factor. Just because back at home, I got to drive everywhere, so it's a lot easier. Made the trips a lot shorter. So now I have to train anywhere, half an hour to like a really good grocery store or a shopping area with a lot of diversity.
And then you're carrying the bags onto the train, and sometimes it's too heavy, and you're like, oh, I just wish I had a car right now.
Yes. A lot of times when I'm just thinking, I wish I had a car here.
Yeah.
But just because student budget, can't really afford that right now.
So it seems like you manage your finances well then.
Yes, I think so. I hope so. Yeah. I hope I could. Yeah, I hope I'm doing a good job in my management.
Some people may have just been like, I can't deal without a car, so I'm just going to get one, regardless of how much money I have or whatever. But because a lot of students already have loans, so then they're saying, well, I don't want to get even more into debt because of something like this. I'll just adapt and I'll make it work with what I have. So you're kind of on that wavelength.
I am on that where, it's not a necessity to have a car. I mean, I have 2 legs. I'm able to walk, like, I don't know, like a few miles, I hope, to a destination. So, I guess I'm capable.
Unless it's raining, and then you're like, oh man, now how do I hold an umbrella and my groceries at the same time?
Yeah. Then that's where hopefully you have a roommate or somebody with you to hold the umbrella.
But back at home, it might have just been like it didn't matter. It might have just been no problem at all, because you either park in the car park, or you have to walk like 2 minutes into the parking lot to put your groceries in, and then you're in a car. You're not walking out in the elements.
Yeah,
so.
That's a luxury now. Just thinking back, just sometimes you take things for granted, but I mean, driving is a little luxury, that some people don't have. Like right now, I don't have that. A lot of things. It is difficult where it's time consuming. So that's a huge difference that I have to manage with. So even though I have a lot of spare time, I'm not in school or studying, but I also spend a lot of time doing other things like just getting to one point A to point B. Just traveling time. It's a lot different, and it takes a lot to get used to.
Yeah.
Right now.
So you have more time than you had before you became a student to do all those things you want to do, and you probably enjoy that a lot more, having that free time. So is that really important to you, like that leisure and freedom kind of aspect of life, or would you say it's like take it or leave it kind of?
I think personally, I mean, as long as you could balance work and fun, it all works out. Each individual have its preferences. Some people like to work constantly, workaholics.
Yeah.
But then they party hard that one extra day that they have off. But I'm more like sort of want to just spread everything out. I'll have fun, but I won't go crazy all that often.
Yeah.
So for me, that extra time is I love it right now. You just you can spend more time for yourself. You're not always stressed at work. A lot of times at work you have stress and you bring the work home and a lot of that personal time and it becomes at work because you'll be sad at work or something and you'll talk about it at home, which trying to separate
never gives you a break from work. Yeah, it's hard to separate work and life away from work sometimes. Exactly. But you did a pretty good job at that before you became a student. Like in your old job, you were good at balancing.
Yes, I mean, in 5 years, I hope I balanced it correctly, or else I probably won't be working there. So so I found a way to balance work and enough like social time and family time to just release my tension, so to speak. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a pretty good life where I got to do whatever I wanted, just because I figured out when I can have time and when I can't really.
Right.
So right now, I think it's just a transition period where I need to find sort of a niche to get into and just get into sort of like I wouldn't want to say it's like a routine, but just a comfortable, daily life kind of thing.
Yeah. So what were your roles in your occupation before, like your work before you came over to Australia?
So I had a lot of interactions with people. There are clients that come in who needs treatment for. Usually it's just because their liver has failed or it's liver disease.
Yeah.
So I got to see patients and then we got to treat them with top of the line, medications, current treatments for liver disease. So that was I guess inspiring in a way where I've got to see firsthand patients are doing well and the treatments are working for them.
Yeah. So
those are the roles where I got to see patients, treat them, see them through the whole treatment, and make sure that nothing goes wrong. Right. Essentially.
So you must be looking forward to that in the physiotherapy field. You can kind of work with them and then see them improve and get back into their whatever they were doing before successfully.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's also the reason why I wanted to get into another field of healthcare system, just because I love interacting with patients or people in general, and I love helping people improve, improve on their life or whatever problems they have, just hopefully help them through recover.
Yeah. That's what I'm also looking forward to as an OT, because we kind of have that relation to physios where someone comes to us with a problem and then we kind of diagnose them and create a plan for them to get back into daily life, and then you actually see them at the final result and be like, I did that. Like, that was my work. Yeah.
Perfect.
So health sciences is good in that regard, so I think you've made a good choice.
I think you did too.
Good. Okay. Good. Well, I think that concludes our interview for the day.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being such a good interviewee. All right.
Awesome.